welcome to Auto Car Nerd, and today we're driving the Bmw X5, the F15 model. This is going to be a quick drive and a review, I guess. So the X5 was launched back in 1999, the E53 model, and was such a great success that BMW made another one back in 2007. And then they launched this one back in 2013, and it was a great update from the older one. You get a much nicer interior in the new one, and the quality is overall much better, and it drives even better than the old one, and the old one was pretty much the sportiest car in its class. The car we're driving today is the 3-liter diesel model, which is the best seller in Europe, at least. 231 horsepower and 560 newton meters of torque, and you get a great variety of engines, everything from the 2.5 liter diesel all the way, or 2-liter diesel, I'm sorry, and all the way up to the X5M, which has 560 horsepower. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna give you all the engine specifications. Now go! And we are back. There we go. Now you know all the engine specifications. So which engine should you buy? Well, it depends where you live, but I would definitely recommend the 3-liter diesel because you get the best variety between performance and economy. But if you have a little bit more money to spend, then I would definitely recommend the M50D, which is a awesome diesel engine with over 700 newton meters of torque, and it's just a great engine. And when you buy the M50, you also get the M performance package that's standard. For example, in the 3-liter, as this one is, you have to pay extra for the M performance or M sport package, which is roughly 6,000 euros. But it's an option you should check because you get this beautiful M steering wheel, which is just awesome, and you also get the different panels, exterior panels, and different nicer sport seats. You get the sport gearbox, and you also get the adaptive suspension, which is normally a option, which I don't know how much it costs, but it's like 4,000 euros. But if you buy the M package, it's basically free. You also have different modes. The first one is Eco Pro, and Eco Pro, when you put it in Eco Pro, it will actually give you a gauge here how much you should accelerate and so on and so forth, and then it will try to save fuel when it can, so it will coast. In the navigation system, it will give you the most economical route, and all of that is awesome. Then you have Comfort, which is basically the normal setting, which is for everyday use, and then you have Sport. When you put it in sport, the suspension becomes much firmer, as you probably can see, and the steering actually weighed up a bit, and the gearbox become a bit more sharper. Then you have Sport Plus. Look at that, and you get a plus right there, and it's awesome. And the steering even gets more heavy, and the traction controls turns off. I would, if you're gonna use the car every day, Comfort is just awesome. Sport, the suspension becomes quite alarmingly firm when you put it in sport, but it's nice to have that sport setting. The gearbox is of course the 8-speed, which is just epic, nothing to fault right there. And the X5 is such a fun car to drive. It's not like the older one. The older one was great, but this one is even better, and it feels basically like a 5 Series, only that you sit a bit higher up, and that's incredible that they've done that. A lot of the old car was in the new car, so the old one had a lot of problems. It was the most unreliable BMW of the range, and a lot of the old car is in the new one. But hopefully BMW has improved everything and fixed all the problems from the old one. The biggest thing I like is the interior, which is much nicer. You get the updated iDrive system, which is even better than before. But if you have owned the old X5, you will feel right at home. You even got this touchpad now, which you can write the letters and stuff like that. You can even write you can even write the penis if you want, but it will not give you anything. But it's a fun fact. But we are on a nice country road, so we're gonna put it in sport. We're gonna put the gearbox in sport as well. And as you can see, the car comes much firmer. The manual shifts also are quite nice, and it will give you a little bit of a kick when you shift, which is nice. And it will get up to speed quite quickly, this 3-liter diesel. Then of course you have the M5 X5M, which has the same engine as the M5. And that car is, if you have the money, buy it, because it's the best car ever. And that has a DCT gearbox, 7-speed. It's a very easy car to drive also, the X5, and it's a very safe car. So if you have a family and stuff like that, it's really nice and very comfortable. Other thing to add about it, you have decent trunk space. You have the 2 gates, basically. You can open one way, and then the small one you can open like a Range Rover, so you can sit on it when you're in a truck stop or something. If you look at the opposition of the BMW X5, you have the Range Rover, you have the Q7, and of course the Porsche Cayenne. The Range Rover is a bit more comfortable, but Range Rovers are not famous for their reliability, and it's not as fun to drive as the X5. The Q7, the new Q7, looks like an ass, so don't buy that. But the X5 is a great alternative. So it has basically everything. It has the sportiness of the Porsche Cayenne, but also the comfortable and comfortability of the Range Rover, which is always nice. And the engines in the BMWs are just great. Of course, they pump in fake sound to the stereo, but who cares? It sounds decently enough. There are also a ton of different options because it's a German car. So you have a billion different options. You can easily spec this car over 100,000 euros. So you have to be a bit careful when going through the options. Things you should check for is the reverse camera, which is not that expensive option, but it's an option you should check. Also, adaptive cruise control is also not that expensive, and if you drive long journeys, it's just so nice to have that. You also have a panoramic roof, which is the biggest roof ever. You can open it and you basically have a convertible. It's also cost a bit more, but it's a nice option to have. Comfort access also, you should check that. And of course, if you're buying a BMW X5, you should definitely, without a doubt, buy the M Performance package or M Sport, because you get adaptive suspension, you get the sportier gearbox, and you get this beautiful steering wheel, as I already mentioned, and it makes the car looks much better, and it handles much better, it looks much better, and when you're gonna sell it again, you're gonna make your money back, basically, because people are going to look for the M Performance package. So which one should you buy? I would actually recommend, if you have, I would actually recommend the M50, because you pay, if you're gonna spec this car as tested is basically 75,000 euros, and if you pay, let's say, 10 grand more, you get the M550, and that's a snap better. And if you want a bit more performance, a bit more BMW-ness, then you should definitely buy that one. But otherwise, the 3-liter diesel, it's almost a perfect car. Don't buy the 2-liter diesel, because you're an asshole if you buy that one. Another thing is that it also has that BMW DNA, this car, so you still have that rear-wheel drive bias, and it's such a nice thing to have that. And this thing moves, I mean, really moves, and it's extremely comfortable on long journeys. You put it in the comfort, and life is good. There we have the old one. Ugh, look at it. Look how disgusting that is. But thank you for watching this review. Hopefully you liked the review. If you like it, don't forget to thumbs up. And I also will have a POV video. Will be up here somewhere, and if you're on an iPad, I will leave the link in the description. Thank you for watching, and peace.